Aloha! We'd like to take this time to welcome you to Woodstock Properties. We're happy to have you as new tenants, and we'd just like to take a couple of minutes to explain our rental agreement packet. Our Honolulu Board of Realtors has a standard rental agreement which we utilize. It's 5 pages long. I'd like to take a few moments to briefly review it with you, beginning at the top, today's date, the address of the property that you will be moving into, and a description. The next part, number 2, tenant information. Kindly take a moment or two to review this information and be certain that we have your names correct, your phone numbers correct, and also your email addresses. Number 3, your rent, the amount of your rent, when it's due on the first day of each month, beginning the date of your occupancy. Our mailing address, Woodstock Properties, Inc., 98-211 Halimomi, Suite 430. Late fees and other charges, we will charge you 10% if we do not receive your rent payment by 5 o'clock on the first day after it's due. Number 5, security deposit. Your security deposit will be payable to Woodstock Properties, Inc. at that same address. Number 6, rental term. Your rental term begins, obviously, the date that you've chosen as your occupancy date, and will terminate a year later, or maybe a day or two longer. We will always end our occupancy or tenancy on a weekday, as we do not do check-ins or check-outs on the weekend. Page 2. Number 7 will give you or tell you, state the utilities that you will be responsible for. You must be certain to begin your utilities on the date of your occupancy, whether that be electricity and or water and sewer, as well as your cable. We will terminate service as of your occupancy date. Number 8, keys. We will give you door keys, mail keys if applicable, amenity keys for those complexes that entail an entrance fob. Also pool keys if that is your unit in a high-rise or in a townhome. Special terms, number 9. We will state there Addendum A is an integral part of your rental agreement. Also there, if it's applicable, would be the lead paste paint addendum. Number 2, you understand that minor repairs may not be completed by occupancy date. You are also going to be made aware of the thoroughly clean checklist, and then we will state the conditions of your payments, the balance due on security deposit, and your rent payment due on the first day of each month beginning the date of your occupancy. We will also explain to you the proration. We will always collect a full month rent, a full 30 days of rent from the date of your occupancy, and prorate the second month. Number 10 on page 2, receipt by tenant. We will give you fair housing rules. House rules will be given when you do your check-in appointment or have your check-in appointment. We will also give you a preventative maintenance booklet, envelopes, a calendar, renter's insurance information. Number 11, we will state that a property condition form will be done at your check-in appointment. You will receive a copy within the next couple of days via email or via regular mail if you prefer. You'll need to state that with your rental agent at check-in. We will also give you a copy of vacating instructions, which I will explain later. Page 3 of your rental agreement, at the very top, close to the top, tenant responsibilities. Take a moment to peruse this section. There's a lot of information there that you need to know about. On page 4 of the standard rental agreement, letter E, I'd like to take this moment to just mention right to enter. We as landlords must give you at least 2 days notice to enter your property. We will enter for certain reasons, maybe once a year or at least once a year for annual inspections. You will have more than sufficient notice, usually a week or a week and a half. We're looking for items such as potential water leaks, caulking that needs to be redone, termite issues, roof leaks, etc. It's really important that we do this. Refund of security deposit by state law, we have 14 days in which to return your security deposit to you, along with a statement of any deductions and invoices. Also on this page for military personnel is the military clause. I'd like you to take a moment to review that in letter H. If you have any questions at all, by all means ask us. Page 5 is our signature page, which you will date, sign, and once all parties have signed, you will receive a copy back for your reference. Our Addendum A is 10 pages long. Don't be scared off. We've got a lot of information on our addendum. It covers pretty much anything and everything that could happen on any of our properties. It may not all be applicable to you, but at least it's in black and white for you to peruse. I'd like to draw your attention to items that seem to be important over the years. If you have any questions during your time, your tenancy, you can always refer to the Addendum A in hard copy or also on our website. Number 8, for example, say you're living there and you'd like to add someone on as a tenant. Don't sneak them in. We have a $350 service fee for unauthorized tenants. And there's a good reason for that. They have no idea what the rules are, what regulations are, where they can park, which may entail additional fines and violations to you. So what do you do if you want to add somebody on? You have them fill out an application, contact your property manager, get a copy of the application, and submit a $50 processing fee online. Once your property manager receives this information, she or he will process your application and add that person on, subject to you remaining as primary tenant. We will send this also via DocuSign for both you and the tenant or the new occupant to sign, date, and then you have a copy for your records as well as ours. Say they're with you for 6 or 7 months and you've had it. Got to take them off. What do? Go to our website, roommate release form, fill it out, submit a $50 processing fee. It will come to the property manager. They in turn will create an amendment to the rental agreement and send it to you to have that signed and dated. That person will then be released per your instructions. At no time will they ever have any ownership to the security deposit. All right. Unauthorized pets. Pets over the years have been a big issue with Woodstock Properties. As you understand, cost of repairs are very expensive. Cost of replacement for carpets and flooring also very expensive. A pet deposit does not really cover damages. The majority of our properties are not pet-friendly units. We have a hefty penalty for unauthorized pets. Lockout policy. If you lose your keys or you've locked them in your unit, it is your responsibility to contact a locksmith and gain entry to your property. If you have to get brand new keys or recode the locks, we will need a new key furnished to your property manager. There is no lockout service. We will also charge you a $50 fee for any keys that are not returned upon your vacating. Breaking lease. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, please refer to the Addendum A. We have a hefty penalty for breaking a lease. You will be charged advertising expenses and all rents and utilities up to the end of your lease or up to the day new tenants take occupancy. If you have any questions, again, contact your property manager. They'll be sure to address those with you. Lead-based paint disclosure. For those properties built prior to 1978, by federal law, we must give you a disclosure of knowledge of any lead-based paint hazards or reports. If not, the disclosure will state that the owner has no knowledge of lead-based paint hazards or reports. You will also be asked to sign that you've received that information and also that you have received a lead-based paint pamphlet. Your lead-based paint pamphlet will answer all your questions and more, and also direct you to the website, the federal government's website, Protect Your Family from Lead in Your Home. At your check-in, you will receive a blue folder. In it, there will be a copy of your signed contract, including your rental agreement, the Addendum A, and any corresponding documents that you would have signed at lease signing. Also in here, we have a lot of information for you, and I'd like to briefly go over it with you. By federal law, we have to give you a copy of your fair housing rights. Also with web information. In addition to that, we will give you important phone numbers on how to contact any one of us. Also points of interest, contact information for Hawaiian Electric, known as HECO, Board of Water Supply, cable companies, refuse department, Department of Education, just other information or other numbers that are informative. Also in your packet, you will receive the EPS information, Electronic Payment Service. You may also fill this out online and print it out and bring it to your check-in appointment or fax it to us. There is no charge for this service. In order to have your rent payments made by the 1st of each month, we will debit your account with your authorization. No stamps, no envelopes, no writing checks. fast, easy. All right? Next, we'll give you information on renter's insurance. On all our properties, we mandate renter's insurance. The limits for your personal property, I leave up to you. But liability insurance, we will mandate a minimum of $300,000. Once you receive confirmation of coverage, you can email that or fax it. The information is attached. Now, another item that we touch base very seriously on is the cleaning and vacating instructions. There's a lot of information for you here on what we require at your checkout appointment. Vacating your rental unit. It's a lot of information here. Most people don't want to think about vacating their rental unit when they're just moving in. But we'd like to touch base on this because it's something that we kind of, human nature, just don't remember conveniently. All right? When someone gives us notice that they're going to be vacating their unit, we will send out this document which answers all your questions on what needs to be done prior to vacating, how your last rental payment is paid, what happens with your security deposit, what order do I do things in. There's so much going on. When you're getting ready to leave, you're moving, you've got your children possibly, your vehicle, your household goods, moving to a different job, or PCSing to a different location. So much. We've tried to expedite this for you and give you all the information that you will need in order to vacate your unit and have your unit ready for your checkout appointment. We have a list of vendors that we prefer and recommend. There is one way to clean a unit, and we're very thorough with it. Our vendors know that, and they will clean to our expectation. The thing that's good about that is when you move in, you don't want somebody else's cooties in your home. And that's what we give you. That's what we expect when you check out. That all needs to be done by that time. Something you can always refer to when questions arise. Thank you, and again, cleaning and vacating instructions. Very, very important. Important things to do. This is our cheat sheet for you. We've given you so much information, you're kind of glazing over. Just things that need to be done right before you move in. Utility transfers, secure your rental insurance, contact the cable company, notify the post office of your change of address. We will also list on here your new address and also your check-in appointment time and date. Very important things to remember. Also in here, we will give you a preventative maintenance guide. I'll take a moment for you to focus in on this. This information can also be received on our website. It's really important. It kind of tells you, for example, if you have a disposal and a dishwasher, you must use both of them on a regular basis, at least weekly or every other week at the least. If we have a notice from you that your drain, your sink is clogged up, it's usually because you haven't used your dishwasher or cleaned out your disposal. These items must be used regularly as they share the same drain, and if one or the other is not used, you'll have a backup. If you have a backup, that's going to be your expense. Also in here, other important items on plumbing. What happens if there's an issue with your washer, dryer, refrigerator, AC, smoke detectors, etc. At the end of this pamphlet, we also have links that you can access from our website online. Same information. We will also give you 12 envelopes for rent if you don't want to go with electronic payment service. And we'll also give you a calendar, magnetic calendar that can be accessed or attached to your refrigerator using a magnet. If you have a stainless steel refrigerator, you must put it on the side because it won't adhere to the front. Okay? All these articles and items will go over and summarize with you at your check-in appointment. Again, thank you for taking the time. You know at any time if you'd like to reach your property manager. We'll certainly be more than happy to assist you with any questions at all. Plastic pouch. We will have a plastic pouch in every unit. You will have in there a copy of house rules, if it's applicable, disposal wrench, information on how to use it, the FEMA disaster information pamphlet, and all your appliance manuals. Not all, but the appliance manuals that we have for your unit. If you have any information or if you need any information or questions, by all means, that's where that's going to be. When you vacate, make sure that you hold on to this plastic pouch and not let the movers take it. We have a hefty fine if this pouch is not clean and back in the unit upon your vacating. If you have no further questions at this time, we'd like to close by saying once more thank you for taking the time to go over these documents with us. It's definitely to your benefit as well as ours. We will be, for those that will be receiving these documents via digital ink or DocuSign, expect to receive an email from those providers which will instruct you on how and where to go to digitally sign, initial, and date your documents. Once all parties have completed the process, you will receive a notice via email of your completed contract. Thank you again. Mahalo anui. Enjoy.